competing with the imposters. I'm taking the mask off, prepare your conscience, prepare for honest, cut off all the nonsense. I'm all in your chakra, wonder who shot you. Go call the doctor, boom like the chopper. Don't you get chopped up, I'm here to stop you. Whoever wants smoke like a roster, break you off proper.
Things they say, they're never getting in my way. And even if I make mistakes, I will always see them through.
What's that?
Cause I don't wanna play your game. I had enough, I'm burning up so hot I just break your chain. You can never stop what's building up inside of me. Play your game.
Tonight with the Richland County squad earning a spot at districts. As third-seeded Clear Fork hosts number 5 Mansfield Senior in a win-or-go-home matchup that you can only find on the OH Report. It's the TY Tigers and Colts from a chilly corral here in Bellville, streaming anywhere the internet can be found. And it's all on the way. Next.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween!
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
We welcome you back for the Mechanics Bank pregame action. I'm Brian Skronsky, joined tonight by international champion Jesse Ryder. And we got some fun local flavor, of course, in this game. Jesse, Tigers seeking their first sectional championship in a decade. Colts looking for their second in the last 3 years. Both these teams look like they got some pretty good talent out there.
Absolutely. This is the time of year that is just so much fun. This is probably one of the things I miss the most about not being a high school soccer coach right now. Is this time right now? So much pressure.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter what your regular season looked like, good or bad. You come out here, you start over, and you get a chance to really just kind of make a statement and to make a claim as to who's the best. And we get to start tonight's tournament off with 2 local teams.
Yeah.
So it looks to be 2 local competitive, and we expect a pretty good matchup tonight.
Take a look at Mansfield Seniors' season up to this point, and they found life tough in the OCC, Jesse. 7-3 record outside of the league, though. 4 players for them averaging double-figure scoring, so they've got some guys now in the second year for Coach DeBolt that can score the soccer ball.
Absolutely. This is not quite the typical Mansfield senior team of the past, and certainly they have struggled in previous years of just they've had some athletes or maybe not have enough players or whatever the case. But this team is a good soccer team, and I think it's exciting to see and kind of exciting to watch. And so it'll be fun to see how they compete in a setting like this.
And we'll now pause for a moment and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Here it comes, Star Spangled Banner. And I think always definitely one of the best parts of the contest is just that national anthem. The players out there, they all take it in their own way. Speaking of players, how about Justin Krall and what this dude's been able to do? Our player spotlight tonight for the TY Tigers definitely has become the go-to offensive threat in the attacking third for them. I think he might get some consideration for first or second team All-OCC with those numbers.
Absolutely. He's a good player. He's smooth with the ball. He's a good finisher. He's a threat to go forward. And so when you have a player like that, it gives you a chance to stay in games. And if you can defend well and you can get Justin the ball in dangerous areas, dangerous opportunities, look out. Look out, because some crazy things could happen.
Yeah, 17 goals, 14 assists, of course, both tops on the club this season. Over on the other side for Clear Fork, they've been very competitive all year long. They've been shut out on a couple of occasions, Jesse, the likes of Madison, Lex, and Mount Vernon, but they found consistent scoring outside of that. Matter of fact, in those games beyond those 3, averaging more than 4 goals per contest. So against a team like Mansfield Senior, you're expecting they should probably find some offense tonight.
Absolutely. Certainly kind of a rough end to the season for them. A chance to win a share of the MOAC title.
That was tough.
An unfortunate loss to River Valley, and a lot of upset players and fans think about how that game kind of played out, but certainly that's how it played out. So maybe you'll see a little bit of chip on their shoulder tonight, a little bit of, hey, we've got something to prove still. We want to prove that we belong here and that we have a chance. And so I think this is a Clear Fork team. You're going to see they're going to be a little bit hungry. They've had just kind of up and down seasons, and I think everybody kind of expect this to be a down season, or maybe they've kind of exceeded expectations. And at one point in the season, they were getting votes to be ranked in the top 10 in the state of Ohio. So really great job to the players and coaching staff here. I think it's a group that I think just kind of they're going to go out and they're going to play, and they're going to give it their all, and they're going to give it their best, and they've got some talent out there, and that's going to be looking to see what can they do with that tonight.
Yeah, they did have a nice little 3-game win streak before dropping their last 2 of the regular season. No question, though, they have a bona fide star in the area in Mr. Connor Hogger. He's got wizard-like ball skills, high-octane motor, always going after it no matter where he is on the field, and amongst the area leaders in both scoring and assists.
Yeah, I think he's arguably the top player in the area this season. I think he's, I think exceeded expectations in just his return. Had an unfortunate offseason injury. Everybody thought he'd be missing a series of games, and man, he just kind of beat that. And then after he got back, he's just been beating all the defenders as well. So he is just a player. He's fun to watch. He's dynamic. He's skilled with the ball. He makes good decisions, and he knows how to finish. And he can certainly be a difficult matchup for the Tigers.
And he's just a likable dude. You can tell that his teammates, they like working with him and obviously running the offense through him pretty much every single time that he's out on the field. So what are the keys to tonight's victory? We'll show you. I'll go first, Jesse, and then I let Adam Thompson, our producer, pick one for you tonight. So you're going to have to explain what Adam was thinking. You'll have to dive inside of his brain.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So we'll go with Clear Fork first. And I just feel like you got to kind of own possession. The Tigers got a solid crew. Keep it away from them. Don't let it get to their feet. And if you can have the ball, it's going to go a long way, of course. And then for Adam, why not go for 8? What's that mean?
I'm assuming he wants 8 goals tonight.
That's
8
right.
goals, just light up the scoreboard is what he's thinking. I think really the key to that is Clear Fork kind of has that ability that if you can get Connor the ball in dangerous areas, he's the type of player who will just keep finishing. And so I think really it's going to be where is he getting the ball at? If he's having to drop well beyond midfield to try and receive the ball and then try and turn and do it all the length of the field, that's going to be pretty difficult. But if he can receive the ball on probably the attacking third, go one-on-one with defenders, look out, he's going to light up the score sheet. And
trying something new this year in the tournament is the OHSAA, where if you have an 8-goal differential at any point in the second half, match is just over. We're going home.
I know.
That's it.
It is a new thing, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Certainly early on in the tournament, I've had the privilege to coach some really good teams, and usually when you have the really good teams, you get an interesting matchup your first or second or sometimes even third games where they're just not quite at the same level, and so you use it to kind of tune up, and you got to watch minutes a little bit. So there are certainly pros and cons to wrapping up a game. I find it to be a little bit embarrassing that the game just ends because you're down by so much, but to each their own. I guess we'll see how that plays out. I don't know if I'm a fan of it yet. We'll see.
I don't think coaches are going to appreciate it. It's an opportunity if you're up to get your JV kids in, 100%. If you're down to keep battling and get that entire tournament experience. But for the Tigers tonight, Jesse, I feel like they got to keep pace with the team speed that they have out there. Should be able to keep up with the Colts. And on the other side, use your invisibility, huh?
Yeah, this is a group that hasn't been here since at least 2013 that they've won a tournament game. So
Correct.
I think nobody's expecting Mansfield to win a tournament game. There's kind of this under the radar type team. It's not that the Clear Fork thinks it's an easy game, but nobody's expecting Mansfield to really come away victorious. And I think for Mansfield, that's a little bit of energy. That's some momentum right there. Hey, you just kind of build on that. Like, all right, listen, we're the underdog. We're going to get out here, and we're just going to compete. We're going to give our best, and we're going to get a shot at winning a tournament game, which hasn't been done in a long time in Mansfield.
Well said, sir. That will indeed wrap up our Mechanics Bank pregame show as we are all set for live and free boys tournament soccer action here at the fabulous Clear Fork Corral in Bellville, where you start looking off in the distance now, Jesse. The trees definitely changing. This is one of the prettiest venues. We always say it from up here, but when we get it beyond this second level in the press box, man, it is gorgeous here.
Absolutely. It's going to be an early corner for Clear Fork right away. Got a bit of a tough clearance there. Had a chance to probably put it out for a throw and maybe a little bit of a mishit off the clearance, but it is going to be an early Clear Fork corner just 20 seconds into the contest.
Cade Beachy, freshman, going to get an opportunity here to send it in. They're going to drive it low near post, and the shot by Jaden Beachy. Good-looking save.
Yeah, designed play, I'm sure, but certainly not quite the execution they want, but nearly was a goal anyway. So I like the creativity of Clear Fork there. Certainly found an easy run in the box and a good opportunity to go forward. Good save. That's not an easy save. The ball is slowly rolling in there. Took a little bit of a hop. The referee's going to allow the play on the handball there. I'm not sure. Mansfield Senior definitely kept possession off the handball, but that's all right.
And the Tigers force a turnover here with Justin Krall. Tried to feed it to the middle and poked away from DeBolt. And they'll let it fly from deep there. Cameron Buford. And a leaping save made by the keeper.
I mean this in a complimentary way. This is probably the most
away from the bolt, and they'll let it fly from deep there. Cameron Buford.
I watched him in warm-ups. The skills were solid. The ball movement's better. It's not just let's be faster than everybody else. This is a team that can play, and they can move the ball a little bit. And so they've got some players for sure. I think for them what's going to be key is you don't want to give up any bad mistakes that lead to goals and kind of take yourself out of the game. Just keep battling, just keep pressing there a little bit, create some turnovers, and see if you can't get kind of a chance to go forward, maybe sneak one in and kind of catch everybody by surprise.
Good bit of footwork there from Sincere Long. You see he tried to go right at 3 different Colt defenders. And now he charges in and knocks it out of bounds, trying to hook up on the outside with Quentin DeBolt. One of 3 DeBolts on the roster tonight. head coach Brian. I think bringing more of that soccer mentality here to the program since he took over a season ago. And it definitely does look and feel like a much different type of program than the Tigers, even 1 year prior to that when they were just kind of getting shellacked, Jesse. And in the tournament, you look at some of the results that they had. Losses like 13-0, 14-0 to the likes of Ontario and Lexington. That's not going to be the case anymore.
No, certainly not tonight. I don't think so. No disrespect to Clear Fork, but it's a different Mansfield team. They can play. And I think we get to see probably two of the best coaches in the area tonight, in Nate Gailey and Brian DeBolt. I think these guys they're good guys, they're good soccer coaches, and they've done a really good job of building a quality program that younger players are going to want to be a part of. And so I think this is a good opportunity to kind of say, hey, like this is another stepping stone for us.
Colts looking to hit them on the counter attack as they almost get it to Beachy. Poked away though by Tayshawn Robinson with some nice speed. But Hogger, as I talked about, that continuous motor, he's one of the few guys that I see that never looks like he needs a break, constantly stirring the drink around.
Yeah, and I'm curious if Mansfield has seen anybody like that this year. I know they played Lexington, who's got a lot of quality players. Not quite like Connor. I think Connor is just so smooth with the ball. Lexington's got some front players, and certainly they can finish. But there's just a smoothness about Connor. And Ashland's got some skilled players as well, and the Worcester. I just don't know if they've seen someone quite to the likes of Connor who's able to just kind of keep the ball and do so much damage individually.
Here he is making a run down the near side, stride for stride with him, though. Javion Jones. And that'll roll out of bounds on the far side. Throwing coming up for Clear Fork.
I think the idea is right there for Clear Fork. I think you just got to keep that ball in the possession. You're probably not going to beat him too long off a through ball there, but if you can just keep finding the next open player, Mansfield's kind of just packing in the middle a little bit and kind of stretching the game out.
Hawk comes out on the short hop, and not really sure exactly what happened there with Hogger. Trying to show him a new dance move or something?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of contact there. You got to be careful. You don't want to pick up kind of a reckless yellow. I don't think his intent was there, but certainly there is some contact after the catch is made.
Yeah, maybe just hey, here's a hug. We're going to be going toe-to-toe today. Hey, I'm Connor. Nice to meet you, Braxton.
Maybe a little bit of mind games, too. You just make the keeper second-guess himself if that ball's coming in. And does he expect contact every time now? And a little bit of mind games. I don't think he's that type of player, and I don't think that was intentional. But nonetheless, contact happened.
Hawk coming out, sending in here for Bronson Hill. Lays it off now for Caleb Bowman. And the Tigers, solid spacing. Sending what they tried to get with the through ball, though Liam Beer was waiting on it. And the Colts having trouble getting the ball to Connor Hugger so far in these first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, certainly Mansfield looks to be a little bit better in the attack right now, at least with the opportunities to go forward. Clear Fork just kind of almost waiting on the counterattack and just setting people free, which might prove to be advantageous here. Oh, that's a great ball.
Perfect on the money here for Cade Beachy. Cut off. Griffin DeBolt. Some nice acceleration to step in and disrupt that play.
Yeah, that was just a great defensive play. Used his body well, just kind of shielded him off. Now Mansfield's got some space to go forward as well.
Crawl sends it forward and kind of in between right there, allowing Caden Merrill an opportunity to run up on it.
I think Merrill was just kind of waiting to see what Crawl was doing, and Crawl was kind of waiting to see what Merrill was doing, and they kind of both guessed the wrong way, and probably not as smooth as you want to be in your attack there.
Colts having trouble clearing right now. As the Tigers still kind of pressuring here. Really high back line, too. Everybody north of midfield for the Tigers right now.
It's going to be a turnover and a throw-in for the Tigers in a pretty good area here. Every once in a while you find some of these teams, and they've got guys who can just launch the ball in from this distance. We'll see if Mansfield has someone who kind of fits the bill for that. But sometimes you just have this player's just got this unique ability to just put the ball in the box, almost like a corner kick. I don't see that quite there, but kind of a rough clear by Clear Fork.
Smooth move down the outside for Robinson, creating some space as he sends across. Beers there. And the throw-in coming up on the far side here for Tayshawn. Looks like we're going to get our first sub here of the opening half. Sam Swindoll going to check in.
Yeah,
Well, maybe.
I thought I heard a whistle, but it definitely was a Mansfield throw, so I'm not sure what the whistle was. Oh, a little bit of chaos there. I thought Clear Fork kind of threw an arm at that ball to just kind of keep it at his feet. And Mansfield is kind of just throwing and see what happens there. And Clearfork keeper, right place, right time, makes the good save.
Yeah, and Crawl, like a borderline bicycle if he would have sold all the way out on that one.
Yeah, it's
been
one of those
heck of a
things
highlight.
absolutely. Oh, it's going to be a Mansfield throw. Clearfork looks to be a little out of sorts right now, just kind of a little flustered, not really keeping possession of the ball, undoubtedly working hard, but a lot of turnovers, not defending at a super level yet. Part of that defensive is not only just stopping the Mansfield attack, but can you transition the play in and get into the attack from the defensive line? We haven't really seen that from Clearfork yet.
And they do now get the substitution. Swindoll checking in place of Nick Martin.
Yeah, I wonder if Swindoll maybe picked up an injury in warm-ups or something. He warmed up pretty early on the sideline here. Pretty aggressive warm-up, and then is in fairly early into the game. I think he's usually a starter for the Colts. Seems to be okay now.
Great pace so far early in the contest by Tayshawn Robinson. Like what we're seeing from the outside mid position there for the Tigers as the whistle goes against Clearfork, their second foul here.
Yeah, interesting. You definitely saw Mansfield kind of pull the jersey a little bit, and they let that play on, and Clearfork ended up with a foul there, so it was just kind of back and forth. It's going to be a free kick, and we'll see what Mansfield can do, about 40 yards out.
Tigers littered outside of the 18 here as Buford makes a charge, headed back into the box here by Hill. Mansfield looking for a big shot. And just a lot of bodies in between wearing some green jerseys, but it's going to lead to a corner kick.
The referee signaled goal kick at first, I thought, and then Mansfield just kind of kept the ball and said, hey, I think it's corner. And then they got it. So this is the kind of thing you expect, a team like Mansfield to be able to have some creativity on their corner kicks here. It's a big ball across the front of the goal. Oh, my.
Yeah, back post for Hill. Somehow it leveled down at his feet. And Hogger able to knock it out of harm's way, at least for now.
Yeah, Hogger having to do quite a bit defensively. It's a great ball across. You'd like to see him probably just hit it with his head. Anything forward is going to be problematic there at such a close range. So this Mansfield senior team is a good team. They ended up with, I think, the 5th seed of this, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Ahead of Ontario, who I think is a really good team and playing right now, actually, against Upper Sandusky. And so they certainly... You can't look ahead. That's the number one rule of the tournaments is you can't look about any other game except for the game that's the next one in front of you. But obviously Ontario's got a date with Lexington looming, providing that all the games go as they should, at least in terms of the seeds and ranks. But this one is kind of a toss-up for me. I thought these are two pretty equal teams. You look at the strength of schedule and conference play and all that kind of stuff, and I think the records might be a little deceiving, but this Mansfield team is a good group.
Yeah, certainly it's tough to just look at what they've done in terms of production in the OCC because it's a fairly loaded conference. At least there's a lot of quality teams in there that it's tough to go head-to-head with. Outside of that, 7 wins, only 3 losses, no draws as well. They do schedule down a little bit, play some Division III opponents, but I think it's been good for them.
What a ball, what a run.
To build some character as, wow, what a run out by the keeper. Ball still out there, though, with Sincere Long.
Oh, the keeper's down. Referee's going to have to stop it. He's got it right in the head, I think. Referee is still allowing. You've got to stop it here, I think.
Yeah, it's Bryson Schaffner, of course, who's down right now for the Colts. Second look here. Nice run by Sincere Long, and they hit at the exact same moment.
That looks like a neat ahead. I'm a little surprised the referee let it go as long as he did after the play, especially with a head injury. Usually head injuries got to stop right away. That's a tough injury. He's up at his feet already. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as he heard the car coming.
He progressed nicely out of that real quick.
Whew.
I was afraid of what that might be because certainly that looks to be a tough knock from a knee, and that is right. Not pleasant. But he just kind of sprung up there and said, doesn't want to talk to the trainer. Trainer's going to do the right thing here, have a look, just make sure everything's good.
And interesting, looking at the back of the head, it certainly looks like on the replay like it was like straight to the forehead.
It's what it looks like from this vantage point for sure, and it's certainly nothing malicious in the attempt. They're both going for the ball, but just the
exact same time they both got to the ball.
And he does well to get a touch on the ball, knowing what look how fast Sincere's coming in there.
Sure,
he does well, gets a good break, gets out there first and gets a touch, and then I'm curious to look at the actual rule of what I thought with a head injury. you stop play almost immediately. And I thought with anything to the keeper, you stop play almost immediately. So certainly nothing really played out there. But I thought if Mansfield were to even get an attempt on goal, it'd be interesting to see what the referees think.
So Schaffner has to check out here, at least for a little bit. So there's some discussion going on about how long. Obviously no timeouts in Clear Fork's favor to take.
So substitution rules would say he has to go to the flag and be subbed in on the next dead ball. They're going to bring a field player, and I wondered it, and that's what they're checking on. Can he sub out and then sub on in that regard, and that's going to be okay. I wonder if I have to run through maybe one or two more tests with the trainer with just being a possible concussion, but he's going to go to the trainer right now. So one of the best trainers in the area, and just does a good job of just caring for the players. All the players love him, and so he'll make sure he's good to go. Looks like maybe a tape job on an ear or something. Maybe it wasn't even directly to the forehead. Then certainly better in terms of not being a concussion. But an ear injury is that burns a little bit. I don't know.
Well, a little bit of tape on there, Jesse.
Yeah, but the rugby players out there tape it back to the head, and he'll be all right.
So Swindoll is going to check in at goal now. Schaffner already waiting by the flag. And we're going to get, a drop ball at about the football 40-yard line. And, okay, we are back underway.
That's good sportsmanship by Mansfield there just to give the ball back. Certainly kind of an interesting minute or two with just an injury. And
now that's Jaden Beachy picking up the third foul here for Clear Fork Tigers. Real quick on the restart. DeBolt with the give and go. Bit of a heavy touch from Long to him. And the Colts take it away.
Here's the counterattack. If he stays on, it's going to be a good opportunity. They held it just a little too long there. He had the space and time in front of him, and just an extra touch by Clear Fork to kind of slow things down, allow Mansfield back. And now we're going to get that keeper change back already.
And I don't think that Connor Hogger is going to win that speed battle on the far side with Tayshawn Robinson. I really don't.
Certainly not when it was even. I think he had a step, and he's onside, and the ball was just kind of late getting there. And tell you, Sam Swindoll, that's a big thing to just step in a goal real quick, and it's 0-0. Oh, my. Oh, unfortunate bounce. Definitely bounced up and hit him in the hand. The referee says nothing there, but definitely bounced right up and hit him in the hand. Probably the right call. You hate to have something kind of turn like that, but you got to be careful with your touches if you're Mansfield.
Tigers finding some feet right now, though they give it away on the back line. Stepping up was Owen Bourne. Takes it away and threading it through the midfield. Big ball out wide now.
You see another glimpse of the handball there. Well, that's a tough no call because it's off of his own touch. I get if Clear Fork kind of chips it up and your hand's in the way, that's one thing. But if it's off your touch and kind of pops up there, that's tough.
Another smooth move by Sincere Long.
Yeah, he's just kind of playing at a different level right now. He just looks like he can kind of do whatever he wants. He's got the pace on the side out there.
A lot of hang time on that last ball. Martin had to give it about 2-3 seconds.
A junior forward. I'm not super familiar with Sincere, but he's had a nice game so far and certainly a threat to go forward. He's got incredible pace and he's done a nice job.
Still locked into a 0-0 draw. Clear Fork with a couple of shots. Tigers with one.
Not much of a threat. I think Merrill's kind of caught in the corner here a little bit. It's just going to be a foot race all the way to the end line. And it just kept going, though.
Yeah, Bowman was able to get it all the way down inside the 18.
I don't think he's hurt. I think he's fatigued. You see him sitting down in the box right there. I don't think it's an injury. I think he was trucking from about 60 yards away. He was just going. There was just nothing else really available for him. He just kept the ball, kept going at a high speed, and he's still down. Maybe it is a bit of an injury there. I thought it might have just been fatigue for a moment, trying to catch his breath. He's an outside back. That's not supposed to happen all the time.
Caleb Bowman now pops up as the referee approaches, and
looks like
maybe just buying time.
Yeah, catch his breath a little bit.
Like, whew, bro, did you see that run? Like, give me a minute.
Love it. Love the pace he was going with. I mean, him and Merrill just couldn't quite connect. They both kind of got caught in the corner there, and so he said, all right, I'm just going to keep going at full speed, and we'll see what happens. And what happens is it's going to be a Mansfield corner kick. Last corner kick they had was a dangerous opportunity. That one's going to be a little bit away from the goal, but Sincere's right there.
Came charging in, floated just above his noggin.
That's two corner kicks where if you make contact, it's going to be a tough save for Clear Fork. So the quality of the ball in on the corner kick has been good. The final finish has not quite been up to par.
Few young players into the mix here for Clear Fork. Freshman Finn McCauley getting his first action tonight.
Yeah, Clear Fork definitely has some youthfulness in their group tonight. Well, that is a confident touch right there. One-on-one, last defender, and just a little bit of just a quick move around. I like it, but if that does not work out, that's a problematic play.
Coach's kid, Griffin DeBolt. Hogger looking to make his presence felt, sniped away. Javion Jones holding his own here on the back line. And now Bowman comes over.
Looks like it's going to be a foul here. I'm not sure. I didn't quite see the foul on Mansfield. Oh, it is going to be on Clear Fork. Okay. Just a little bit extra there at the end from Connor. I don't think not much there, but enough. I don't know that it caused the turnover of the possession, but the referee deemed that to be a little bit extra and wants none of that tonight, so brought it back. See, that's a Clear Fork throw for sure. Definitely went off Mansfield, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Tigers saw it differently. They were all waiting on it.
No, they picked it up as if it was. I like the ingenuity there, but it definitely just went right off Mansfield and out of bounds.
So the Colts lob it in, trying to get it to Hogger, which has been tough so far. Drawing a lot of attention and look like pretty much Caleb Bowman's with him stride for stride right now.
Yeah, the back line of Mansfield definitely has some speed.
Push this one all the way back to Braxton Hawk. Solid senior keeper.
Yeah, great ball out, though, but Sincere does well to come back and win the second ball.
Try to flick it with a little hill. And now shifts to the middle. No one there for the Tigers. It'll go down as a turnover. And the Colts re-gift the favor. As we're just about at the midway point here in half number one. And do want to let you guys know that we love hearing from you, the fans out there in Facebook and YouTube land. So drop us some comments, and you could be a part of our fan zone tonight. Always love finding out where you guys are from and where you're watching tonight's contest at.
Yeah, the exciting thing about tournaments that we haven't really talked about yet, if it remains 0-0, remains in a tie, there's a chance of PKs, which is some of the most exciting, exhilarating, and stressful times of high school tournament soccer.
You've seen a game or two come down to the wire on those.
I have. I've lost more than I care to admit on PKs, but that's neither here nor there.
And it's an interesting thing that gets thrown in during tournament because, of course, during the regular season, no such thing. So I wonder if that'll ever evolve. I understand why OHSA does it. Doesn't want to have too many late-night games on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or what have you.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, at some point somebody's got to score or somebody's got to take the lead or something, and you know, if your team is really good defensively and the other team's really good defensively, it could make for one long night if you don't go to PK. So I get it, but it does kind of break up the flow of the game a little bit for sure if you never see it throughout the course of the season.
Big ball caroms off a Tiger. Almost worked out in their favor. But Mansfield Senior, well, not a great-looking ball that time from Crawl. Usually solid, but I love the fight of Mansfield. Just about every time there is a turnover, boy, they are right after it, ensuring that they're competing for possession again.
Absolutely, competing for possession, and they attack in a pretty good method here. I mean, just find the next open player, keep the ball moving a little bit. That final ball has been off just a little bit, but I don't think they've connected with Merrill super effectively yet. But Sincere kind of going for one again. You know, sometimes, and that's been a lot of their offense, is just kind of that bailout shot. They've definitely got some guys who can shoot the ball. I feel like their offense is smooth right up until like the pass before the shot. They're just not quite connecting there.
Credit deserved, of course, by Clear Fork's defense as well, as Hogger keeps this one in bounds somehow. A nice soft touch to keep it through that double team, but knocked away there as he tried to turn by Jones.
That's a good one-on-one play by Jones, but he's going to play it out of bounds there, though. But you know, Hogger was going about 1-on-3, had him twice, and then kind of cut back into him. You think at some point he might have to slow that game down a little bit and just kind of let his guys join him in the attack. And Clear Fork definitely looks to be that counter-attack style where they want to be really good defensively, stay in the game, and see if we can get a counter-attack off a Mansfield mistake. So far, Mansfield has covered that counter very well.
Hoggart with a strange-looking touch there, as the Tigers allow the ball to roll out of play, get in a quick substitution. Colts will match as well with Nick Martin getting back into the mix.
Caden Merrill taking a break there. He did a good job just putting some pressure on top. Looks like maybe Crawl will be up top now. Let's see if he can maybe connect a little bit better with him.
This is Jaden Beachy. It's going to be behind the intended target, Martin. He's able to recover. A couple of Tigers latched on him. And off the deflection, well, looks like they're going to award a corner kick here.
Yeah, certainly could have gone either way from my vantage point. Tough to tell there, and you could see kind of on the replay what. Ooh, looks like it might have been deflected out by Clear Fork, but we had the benefit of a slow replay, and the referees have to call it live as they see it, and they give it a corner.
Decent opportunity there for the Colts. Few bodies waiting for it. A little too far away, though, for a clean header, as they were just inside of the 18. As that's their first off-target shot of the night. Each offense with 2 attempts on goal.
The game right now really has been right around where the ball is right now. And I think if you can kind of connect to your forward and connect one more after this, which has been problematic for both teams, kind of finding your target, then finding the second player to join the attack. And this might be it right here.
Beachy with a little bit of space. Cuts back towards the grain, sets it up. Colts with a lot of numbers up front now.
Yeah, tough decision there. Went into a lot of traffic. It's good composure there by Clear Fork to keep the ball. See if they can just kind of keep the ball moving. Open the game up a little bit. I know they like that counterattack style, but I think you got to keep the possession a little. That's a tough pass.
This Beachy bringing it back to Beer on that back line. Trying to get the Tigers defense moving a little bit. And now Long settles. He's got great speed. Here comes Sincere down the far side.
He's a tough matchup. He's strong. He's fast. He's skilled with the ball. He's earned himself a throw-in. Ooh, that's not wasn't a great throw-in, but he earned himself a throw-in.
And this one's going to sail from Tayshawn Robinson, the defender, with a third shot of the night for the TY Tigers.
I think what I'd rather see there than forcing a shot is if you could just put a dangerous ball, even in the air, into the box. It's tough to defend. It's tough to head out of that. You can always kind of play the second ball off the header there. You want to give yourself a chance in front of the goal, and when you put it away like that, it's tough to do.
Great look on our Jackson Well Drilling instant replay. As Crawl sneaks it through. Chance here for Long on the backside, and he drills it.
Oh, side netting. Ooh, that was a series of missed touches and missed opportunities for everybody, I think. Clear Fork had a chance to clear it. Mansfield had a chance to score it, and we're still right here on the goal kick. Wow, that was quite a series of events. Good wins in the middle by Mansfield. Good ball going forward and kind of right to the feet of Clear Fork. Just kind of slips through him. Then another slip, and then Sincere Long. That's the moment you're waiting for. You got to go back post there. You guys got to force the keeper into a save. You can't waste your opportunities with just putting the ball out of bounds.
Probably the best look on either side tonight. Tigers putting a lot of pressure on the back line of Clear Fork on that last possession. Playing through Sincere yet again. This time he'll send it deep, trying to find Crawl up top. Bear's been solid so far tonight.
It's interesting that we have 2 local teams in our tournament. You're kind of surprised. Oh, it's a clean save. He does well to hold on to that. Except that's bobbled. It's an opportunity for Mansfield. So he comes off his line well. Good hands, good save. 2 local teams, but they don't match up usually in the regular season. Haven't for a couple of years, and not really sure why. Certainly there's lots of with scheduling and conference stuff and all that, but you would think these 2 teams would be a matchup you'd be looking for.
I think now that Mansfield Senior is kind of ascending as a program, that you can see Clear Fork at him back on the schedule. Last time they played, I think you're right, it's been about a handful of years, and Clear Fork shut them out.
The idea's right there, just not quite deep enough. Buford does well to win it. Doesn't do well to keep it, though, but a tough clear by Clear Fork.
And they're going to be forced to just smash it out as we're just sub 16 minutes to go here in the opening half. Winner moving on to districts as sectional champions.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Tigers. They've had a couple good opportunities here. See, they've had two kind of to the back post, kind of a lofted ball. Just haven't connected with the header yet.
Third corner kick for Mansfield Senior in this opening half.
I'd like to see if Sincere Long can maybe get a little bit of contact on the ball here.
Tracking
right
back
there.
post, just off target again, Jesse. I mean, they're just a fraction off.
Yeah, the distribution on the corner kick has been great. The final finish is they're just not quite getting there. There's a little bit of level of aggression you have to have. You just have to kind of go get the ball. You can't let it come to you. You just got to go. Senior's going to have a good chance here. Good ball in.
Oh, Crawl with the left foot.
Sincere Long.
Cleaning up the mess as Mansfield Senior on the road leads 1-0 here inside the Colt Corral.
And it's just kind of one of those right place, right time finishes. The keeper, it's wet out there. It's a little slick. It was kind of a tough ball in to begin with, and does well to get a hand on him, but can't keep it. Sincere Long, right place, right time, spills into his feet, and he just falls into the goal with the ball at his feet.
Sixth shot of the night for Mansfield Senior, going up here on the road in a game that I think many would look at this on paper and assume the Clear Fork would be a heavy favorite tonight, playing in the friendly confines of the Corral. Great season. Could have been co-MOAC champions. And the Tigers definitely coming out with a lot of fight tonight. And I think they've proved so far, Jesse, through the first half hour of this match that they can do more than just compete.
Absolutely, yeah. They prove they belong here, and not only do they belong, but they want a chance for round number 2. And so good start here for Mansfield. They've done everything right defensively. Just keep the ball in front of you, keep Connor limited in his touches, and I thought their game plan so far has been absolutely terrific. I thought Coach has got a great plan in place, and they're executing well. Now, there's still a lot of soccer left to be played here, but we'll see how this game turns out.
Heavy pressure applied there by Jaden Beachy, who came charging into the backside, and it's going to be a Colts throw-in.
Yeah, you're going to see a little bit of life in Clear Fork. I think they've been a little bit, I don't want to say sluggish, but certainly not to the level that they're normally at. And so I think you're going to see a little bit of life, a little bit of energy to the team here, and we'll see if it results in any good scoring opportunities.
See what kind of throw-in Dudley's got. It's going to make its way into the box. A lot of Tigers waiting on it, though. Colts got some backup, but McCauley gets it thefted away here by Robinson, who forces it out of bounds. And the question has been posed. The Colts built for a comeback, do you feel like, with this style roster and what they do offensively?
Absolutely. I think it has not been clean for them yet. So this has not been the best that Clear Fork has looked, and certainly throughout the season. We talked about kind of the end of the year struggles. Good bit of skill there, but not able to keep it. There's going to be a Clear Fork throw-in. And certainly probably didn't end the season the way you want to, with a tough loss to River Valley and another tough loss to follow as well. And so there is a little bit of, hey, we got to get our act together. It's that time, and certainly Coach has been preaching that to the team here. Of some confusion. Oh, they're subbing in on the far side. Okay, it's gonna be a Mansfield throw in. They're subbing in, but it's a group that they've got some talented players for sure, and arguably one of the best players in the area. The question will be is where's he going to get the ball, and how is he going to be dangerous? If he's having to defend, 60, 70 yards from his own goal, that's a lot of work. It's eliminating some touches to go forward. So it's really, can you get him the ball in attacking areas? And so far, maybe 1 or 2 opportunities, but that's been about it.
Tigers did enter the match winners of 4 their last 6 losses to St. Francis de Sales and Ashland. Just a 1-0 outcome in that OCC showdown. So playing some of their best soccer right now, and they're going to send Crawl out to the flag here for corner kick number 4.
Yeah, we talked about their conference record, but certainly they had 3 teams probably ranked in the top 10 at some point throughout the year, with Lexington, Worcester, and Madison, and then Ashland, they've got a good team. Certainly it's not quite their year yet, but they've got a good group over there. And so it is a tough OCC, so you can't read too much into the conference record. There's players down everywhere.
Yeah, we'll have to run that back on the replay. It almost looked like a couple of Mansfield senior players collided with one another.
I think you're right. Yeah, they kind of get tangled up there. There's been a couple big corners for Mansfield, just not connecting on the opposite end of it. I mean, the distribution on the corner has been good. the finish, the timing is off, and kind of the final effort to make contact with the ball. Some of these have been right in front of the goal. If you can just make any contact forward with your head, it is a tough save for the keeper. That's probably the fourth corner I think I've seen where I like the ball that's been played in. It's just kind of been the final ball after that.
Off the flick forward there from the Bolt. Kind of threw up his hands, thought that he would have somebody tracking on the opposite side there.
Yeah, a little late on his run in, but the idea was right. Just see how deep Hogger is right now. I mean, certainly he's their threat to go forward. Javion Jones getting up there and just winning some headers right now.
Outside of Hogger, not seeing too many guys right now sporting a green uniform that are winning some 1v1 type of matchups. It's kind of been the Tigers right now. They look like the bigger, stronger, fitter team.
Absolutely. And they've got some skill, too. Does he get a call? He does. Is it going to be outside the box, I think? Spotted probably the right way.
Right where it needed to be.
Right on the line. He's right there. He had it all along. Sincere Long is a problem, though. I mean, he is just getting the ball. He's got the pace. He's tough to match up with. He looks big, strong, and he's got some skill as well.
This is where they've had a bit of problems, as Jesse has alluded to. This time they do.
Oh, that is the exact thing I've been talking about. The guy hit him in the thigh. You've got to strike that. It's got to be a shot on goal. Javion Jones was going for it.
Yeah, nice carry.
Yeah, but he's a little out of position. He's been kind of their big center back, doing a good job back there. Good composure by Mansfield to win the ball, not give it away. I tell you what, this is a different Mansfield team from years past. There you see that free kick right there into the box, right off his thigh. You just got to get a touch forward there. You just got to hit the ball a little bit, get it off on your foot. There's some pace to go forward for Mansfield.
And they're able to catch a piece of it, the charging Jackson Stents.
Whenever there's a goal, it's always the question of what will that goal do in terms of momentum? Will it kind of wake up the team that scores, and will they see even more life? Or is it the team that gets scored on? Is it kind of their wake-up call? Like, oh, we've got to start playing. This game's going to take a turn we don't want. And to me right now, it looks like it's favored Mansfield. Like, okay, hey, we belong in this game. We've got a chance. Let's go get another one. I just haven't seen that life from Clear Fork yet.
Colts have not had a shot in about 20 minutes of game action.
They've also not completed more than like one pass in a row in a while either. It's been a rough go for the Colts here. And there are pros and cons to having young players, right? Young players, you can go all season long and they can do well, but when you get into a tournament game and you cannot replicate what's at stake at any point in the season or any point in your career really, where it's basically, hey, win and go on, lose, and your season is done. Now you don't live to play another game, you're just done. You don't get that at any other level up until this point. And so it's really interesting to see if the Colts will kind of buckle under that pressure or kind of rise to say, listen, we got to battle back and we got to give ourselves a chance to keep playing soccer.
Tigers keeping it in the attacking third as they get a late cross coming across the touch line. Out for a goal kick. As we're approaching 8 minutes to play here in this opening half. Live and free tournament soccer exclusively on the OH Report tonight. In an all-Richland County battle. Clear Fork looking to get back to the round of districts for the second time in 3 years. Tigers have not won a tournament game since 2013. So trying to end a decade-long drought here tonight on the road.
It's a bit of a miscue.
And Hogger tracking.
Javion Jones has done a great job defensively. He's just been right place, right time, not giving away good opportunities for Clear Fork, making Connor just kind of chase over the field right now. Really impressed with what he's done on the back line.
They've earned a throw-in, though, deep here in Tiger territory. Getting Jack Dudley up top now for the throw.
It's a tough clear there.
Colts trying to stay with it, moving bodies forward.
Ooh, just kind of losing possession on their own touches right now. There it is. Yeah, just into each other, bouncing around. This has not been the smoothest game for the Colts.
And a good ball in stride here for Sincere. 3-on-5 here for the Tigers.
He's a big, strong player. It's not quite the touch he wanted. Went right back at the defender's feet. A little bit of contact here. Yeah, it's going to go against Clear Fork. That's a tough call because he definitely had the ball, but he throws his body into him. Kind of unnecessary. Just a bit of frustration, I think. Sincere is a tough matchup, though. You can just see he's big, he's fast, he's strong. He knows what he's doing with the ball. And you see right here, you see Clear Fork just kind of throw into him a little bit. Kind of unnecessary. And it gives the ball back to Mansfield.
And that one bending from the right foot of Buford, but into the hands of the keeper. Another save for Schaffner. It's his fourth.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with that ball there. Just test the keeper. And Mansfield's doing a good job right now, just running at the keeper and just see what happens. It'll be a little bit of trouble for Mansfield. Let's see what they do. Score from across the pond, or the big pond, or the road. Ontario taken to overtime by Upper Sandusky, but pulls out 2-1. So certainly probably a little bit of a surprise there as well. But it's tournament time. Doesn't have to be pretty. You just got to get the W at the end, and that's what Ontario does.
I think they showcased that in baseball this past spring. Getting into the tournament, had to come from way behind in their opening game. Looked like they were going to lose to Sandusky, and then all of a sudden started putting the pieces together, went all the way to a state championship game. Not that the soccer team has that type of talent this year, but all you got to do is win or go home. Lexington, too, taking advantage of that 8 goals or more margin. They win 12-0. Didn't even have to suit up for the second half.
I don't love it. I tried to be I get it. Our producer's saying don't get 12 points. There's just a skill difference, and I think, in the early games you're going to run into that. And I think there's benefits of continuing that game for both Lexington and even for Galleon as well. I think everybody probably wants to keep playing. Nobody wants to end that at halftime, and that's tough. I don't know. I'll have to think more about what I really think about that. Well, listen. Now, there's also there's the responsibility of the coach. At some point, you can stop scoring. You can work on possession. You can work on a variety of things. You can put your younger players in. You can dress 22 for a tournament, so get that second 11 in there, let them work. And with programs like that, Lexi's got a great group, but that's minutes for that second 11 that were probably not as big as you wanted them to be to kind of get that tournament experience. Right now, I'm disgruntled with that rule, but let me think about that. I'll give a real opinion later. Follow me on Facebook or something.
We'll give you a couple weeks, Ryder, and then when we do a game together in the future, when you'll have some time to digest, because I'm sure there's going to be a few teams here and around the area, certainly in sectionals, are going to have outcomes like that. Certainly expecting the girls this week have a few games where it's very heavily in one side.
The girls' Division II sectional area, it's interesting. I don't think we'll see scores quite like that, where it's double digits. But I look at a team like Norwalk, and I've been a big fan of our area teams in Division II. I've been excited for this moment for the girls. Norwalk's an interesting group for next year. I don't think they have a single senior on the team. They've got a freshman who scored almost 50 goals.
Wow.
There's a group there. Now, I know scheduling makes things different, but they certainly could be in the mix next year as being one of the top teams in the sectional in the district. This year, it is just, I don't know how you vote in a setting where everybody beats everybody, and somebody's got to be number one, somebody's got to be number two, but score-wise, it just doesn't make sense, and you just kind of got to figure it out.
Yeah, I talked to Larry Atkinson the day that the coaches all came together and figured out who the seeding was going to be, and he was surprised that they were the number one seed. And I said, I thought you were kind of the clear choice. And he's like, Madison kind of kicked our butts. And then Madison, look at where they are in the seeding.
Yeah, and that's my point exactly. So Ontario took one loss, but it was a bad loss into a team that's probably in the top 4. And then Lexington obviously lost to Lexington, lost to Ontario, tied Madison. So what does that do? Clear Fork beat Madison late, and then
right.
It's all over the place. And so
good luck on unrolling that spool of yarn, man.
Obviously there's a second round of games that are going to be super exciting, but even the first one, I don't see a lot of the 12-0s, to be honest. There might be a couple, but Mansfield Senior is certainly, for the girls, has been the best year they've had in a long time.
Sure.
Norwalk's got a decent group. I don't know much about Sandusky Perkins. I assume Lex will be okay there.
Well, defending district champs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did beat Mansfield last year in a snowstorm. That was a pretty wild game that we had over at Harlan Field. I remember the MVP was just so excited to come up into the heated press box and do that interview with us. Face was just beat red like a tomato.
Yeah, and so there's a lot in that Division II for the girls of which one is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be such an exciting Final Four in that district.
Absolutely. You just assume it'll be the 4 area teams with Clear Fork, Lex, Madison, Ontario, but you got to play the games, and that's what we're seeing right now, and that's what Ontario boys almost ran into that a little bit. Certainly,
yeah,
they've got a good group. I think they're a tough out. I think look at this tournament. I thought Ontario was seeded a little unjustly. I think they were 6 maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mansfield was 5 and Ontario was 6. And
Correct.
I thought, man, Ontario's a pretty good 6. They might be the best 6 seed in all of the state of Ohio, but they're a pretty good team there. So it's you got to play the games, right? You got to play and get out here and compete and win. Wow. The FAR ref called an illegal throw-in.
Yeah, it looked like he brought it to the side of the head just a little bit, but I feel like we see that pretty often. Good look on the Jacksonville Drilling replay, and closing in on a minute to go here. TY Tigers with a 1-0 advantage and trying to add to it.
There's the throw. And I thought Mansfield had somebody could. I mean, he didn't even take a run though. He just stood and that's kind of tough to do, really. That's just all kind of that core strength. That's why you do the ab workouts right there, kids. Just stood and just threw it into the box with ease.
I think it's to impress the ladies is really why these kids are doing the ab workouts. Come on, Jesse.
Long throws and ab work. Yeah.
It can be two things. More than one. Long zips that one.
He's done that a couple times. Just turn. Let me see what I can do right here. Get my name in the paper. Let the OH report say my name out loud.
Tigers definitely out shooting Clear Fork to the tune of 8-3 so far. And the Colts, offensively, they've had limited opportunities in the attacking third tonight.
Absolutely. Just in the past probably a couple of minutes here, we've seen Connor kind of just keep putting that through ball in and just not able to connect on the other end of it. Mansfield just got some speed that you're maybe not used to seeing. I don't know, but it's been problematic so far for Clear Fork.
Colts get a free kick opportunity. That's the first foul, actually, against Mansfield, but that takes us to the end of an interesting first half. Mansfield Senior and the goal by Sincere Long. The difference right now as the Tigers go into the break up 1-0. Stick around for our Mechanics Bank halftime show. We'll have some stats, analysis, scores from around the area, and get you ready for half number 2. You're watching live and free Tournament Soccer exclusively on the OH Report.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Also tonight by Richland County's Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And also by Jackson Well Services. Bunch of hot dudes come out, and they're the best looking well service in Ohio. Very attractive men, so if you need a well, or if you need something to look at for a couple of hours, however long it takes to dig a well, it's Jackson Well Services. That's the well service for you. More high school soccer on the way when we come back.
For the Mechanics Bank halftime report here from the Colt Corral, and those are your numbers so far through 40 minutes of action. Mansfield Senior pretty dominant here in the opening half. They've definitely had the run of play, created far more opportunities as well than Clear Fork, a team that we kind of applauded them for offensively how well they've played so far this season, Jesse, but really hasn't come together just yet for the Colts here at home.
Yeah, I think at halftime with Coach Kelly's going to have a real life lesson here. Like, hey, listen, if you don't turn it around, our season's going to be over tonight. And so I think it's going to be, you got to be firm. You got to let them know what's at stake here. And we talked about having some of the youthfulness that they do. You may not be used to the pressure. And so obviously there's some talent within the Clear Fork group. It's not been their best or smoothest soccer. And so I think really in the second half it's going to be, can they just simple stuff. Can they connect the passes? Can they play with their heads up? Can they win a ball and keep possession? And there hasn't been a lot of that yet. Even the kind of their counterattack style, it's not been a lot of it. It's just been they kind of win the ball, it gets out of bounds, it goes into the keeper for Mansfield. And credit to Mansfield, their back line has done a terrific job of not getting countered on, keeping the ball in front of them, and just doing a good job of giving your team a chance.
Yeah, I think you see the likes of DeBolt and then Javion Jones on the back line. They're very aggressive. They're pretty big, fit athletes, and they've got the speed to keep up with the guys up at the forward position for Clear Fork, something that they've kind of had an advantage in more often than not this season. So might have been an eye-opening experience for them. And then the coaching staff here at half, what do? They're going to have to make some changes.
Absolutely. You've got to make a decision. Here's the big decision. Where do you put Connor, right? You need Connor to get the ball in some dangerous situations. And so right now he's dropped kind of into the deep midfield and trying to be more of a distributor. But they just don't have the pace up top right now to get past that Mansfield back line on that through ball. So it's really got to be some combination play. And really, my thought would be you've got to get Connor up top, and you've got to just step up and just win the midfield. And Mansfield's done a good job of just kind of controlling the middle of the field, not getting beat, not getting burnt, and not giving the ball away carelessly. And Clear Fork has just struggled to kind of gain possession from it.
And I see Mansfield Senior, they're already back out on the pitch. They are revved up and cannot wait to get the second half going again here, Jesse. These Tigers, I think that they're pretty hungry for a tournament win. They've probably read the press clippings, and they know it's been a long time. I mean, these guys, they were in elementary school the last time that this program was able to win a tournament game, and they're right on the precipice now.
Yeah, and so you got to be careful. You certainly want that momentum, you want that energy, but at the same time, you got to stick to the game plan. And so you don't want to get crazy out here. You want to keep the intensity high, the level high, but you've got to understand what's at stake, and what's worked so far is really just being calm, working hard, winning the ball in the middle, kind of getting back in the attack. And so you just got to be able to kind of harness that energy and to kind of finish out that second half in a way that's advantageous for you.
Well, I promised some area scores from around north central Ohio, but not a whole lot of games going on, so we do have the Lexington 12-0 win over Galleon, and again, that one at the half, it was 12-0, so with the new rule, nobody playing a single second in the second half. Curious to see what our audience thinks about that. Would love to have you guys chime in, and what do you think about the 8-goal differential? This is brand new, being unrolled here in the tournament, to see what they think about it for potentially implementing into the regular season coming up next year. So drop your opinion on that. And then number 6, Ontario, 2-1 over number 8, Upper in overtime over there at the Ontario Soccer Complex. So needing a little bit of extra minutes there for the Warriors to move on in tournament play. And I believe you're correct that they're going to play Lexington now in the district semifinal. Is that right?
I think Lexington might have one more game. I think they took it. They usually take that play-in game.
They did.
Obviously, the numbers would tell us that Lexington should win that, but it's why you play the games. But yeah, it should shape up to be Ontario against Lexington, and what should be a pretty exciting game. Obviously, that's kind of been the district final here for a long time.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see who comes out of this, the bottom side of that bracket. You know, there's Norwalk and Willard, who I think they might be playing tonight as well, actually, now that I think about it. And then Vermilion's in there, and obviously we've got this game right here. And so there's a lot of equal teams that could kind of make their case to come out on the other side of that.
The 8 goals rule or penalty kicks to end a match is something that our producer would like us to kind of debate here. I would almost like to see in the regular season them do away with ties and just go straight to PKs. No extra time. You've got the 80 minutes. Why not work on your penalty kicks? And then that way there's no tie. It's the most unsatisfying thing in all of sports.
Yeah, I think I could get behind that. If you're going to keep the tournament rule the same, where that's how you advance and that's how you end your season is based on PKs, that could it be something we do in the regular season to kind of give that experience and exposure? I think that makes sense. Well, Senior High went for it off the kickoff. My word.
Come on now. Did I tell you they were pumped up for the second half?
That was a designed kickoff play on the shot. Not opposed to it. Just caught me by surprise. Not quite on target, and now clear for, looks like it might be a throw in here for Mansfield. But I think for Mansfield, it's going to be just play smart. You know, you can't have the bad giveaways. You can't have the bad turnovers. I thought that's what they did so well in the first half, of just keeping possession of the ball, staying in the attack, no bad opportunities for Clear Fork. And they just defended so well in the first half.
Well, the Tigers, they're just stepping up right at the right time, certainly on that back line with Griffin DeBalt and Javion Jones. Those have been the two guys that have really caught my eye in the first half defensively, as well as they have shut down Hogger for the most part and not allowed really anybody else to get quality touches in the attacking third for the Colts.
So the question that we're being asked is, would you add or keep the 8-goal rule to the regular season and then add the PKs to end a tie in the regular season? I think I'm not a fan of this 8-goal thing right now. I just think there's
not in the regular season.
Well, even in the term, I think there's so many other things you can do. I know the scores get out of hand, but sometimes that's just the way life is. I think just let them play. Like, I would guess if you surveyed most of Galleon, they would have rather kept playing that second half and just had a chance to play soccer. Now, maybe not everybody. Maybe the parents get upset at that, but I think people want to play, and regardless if there's a big skill gap, I think people want to play, and I think that, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm landing with that. I'll think more about that because it's obviously new, and we're seeing the effect of it right now. What a shot!
Oh, and it skips off the hands. Another chance for Long diving in. Excuse me, that was Caden Merrill who had the chance, and he's coming up kind of a bit gimpy. It looks.
It looks like he might be holding a little bit of hamstring or groin there, but yeah, just kind of a quick volley. Kind of caught everybody by surprise, including the keeper. It does well to deflect it down. And Merrill, I think one of the things that Mansfield's going to have to learn to kind of get to this next level is you've got to strike the ball. You can't just run into the ball. Just any effort to touch it forward rather than just running into it is probably a goal in that situation. The keeper's off his line. We saw this earlier with a corner that came in. You just got to hit that ball rather than just letting it be hit by you. He's going for it again. Takes a weird deflection.
Third shot already for the TY Tigers here in less than 3 minutes, and they've got another corner kick opportunity. And great placement in the first half, but much to your point that you were just trying to make, nobody really trying to make an aggressive strike on the ball towards frame. We'll see if they clean that up here in half two.
Yeah, obvious deflection, almost a bit of a chicken wing. Kind of throws his arm out. I think it hits him in the shoulder, but he kind of put it out there. You got to be careful. That's a tough way to get a PK, is just trying to deflect a shot. There, at least they went up for the header. Not quite able to put it on goal yet.
Ball still up for grabs, headed right at the keeper. Schaffner squeezes, and I think we're going to get a foul on the Colts.
I think he is giving a PK here. Let's see how he signaled. He definitely came. It's going to be a PK. He's stopping the clock. Is it for the injuries, or did he signal for a PK? Let's see here. I don't see the PK. I mean, he definitely makes an attempt for the header, gets up and hits it. It is going to be a PK. Mansfield's setting up for it now. I did not see much contact there to warrant that. He's got a better view than I do. Well, here it's going to be a PK with Mansfield, a chance to take a big 2-0 lead in the second half.
What a big spot here for Bryson Schaffner, understanding that. And almost made the save, but Crawl puts it home for goal number 20 on the season.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Clear Fork's really going to have to battle back. You'll see the PK here. Schaffner does it. He gets his hands on it. That ball's just struck hard. Not a ton of placement on it, just hard, and sometimes that's enough to get the goal. I just don't see a lot of contact on that header. And he's got it. We'll see a replay here one more time. You'll see the ball's just kind of just bouncing around. And he's definitely got a high foot up there that maybe brings him down. I thought his momentum took him to the ground. He's got to call it. He's got to call it live, and there's definitely some contact. So certainly he's seen enough to warrant a PK. From my vantage point, I don't know, but it's been called. The goal's been scored, and Mansfield's back in the attack already.
And here's Long using his body, shielding off a couple of defenders, turning into traffic, and somehow it squirts right back out to him. And I think there's just such a noticeable athletic difference when these offensive players for the Tigers are getting into the attacking third.
Specifically, Sincere Long. He's just been bigger and faster than guys in the wing right now. Yeah,
just pushing people out of position, kind of manhandling, getting his way. Giveaway right here from Caleb Peters. So here comes T.Y.
Well, Clear Fork just appears to be flustered right now. This is tough. Mansfield, I'm not sure what's going on, actually.
Certainly going to be a Tiger throw. I saw their head coach, Brian DeBolt, come over and maybe want an explanation from the referee.
Boy, it's going to be the tale of kind of two things of momentum here. Mansfield just living, and this could be their first tournament win in a long, long time. Probably longer than most of these guys can remember watching high school soccer. And Clear Fork, certainly this was not how they saw the night unfolding. And so you got to find a little bit of resiliency, got to overcome some adversity, but you got to be able to keep the ball in the process.
Yeah, McCauley not sure who he was trying to send that one to, as this shoots to the back line of the Colts. But they give it away. So the Tigers definitely have owned the time of possession here tonight. Winning it in the midfield right now.
There's Sincere Long again. They're just missing.
Just missed shot for Robinson, who made a nice run.
Clear Fork doesn't even have a threat to go forward right now. Mansfield's got 3 back. They've got time on the ball. I don't sense that urgency from Clear Fork yet that, hey, our season's at stake. Cade Merrill, a little bit of a cheeky turn there. We can't quite keep it.
He's just a little bit quicker to the ball right now.
Absolutely.
Are the Tigers.
That's what I was going to say as well. They just have that energy right now where they're just winning kind of anything that's not directly to someone's feet. It just kind of is going Mansfield's way.
Turnover here and a chance for a 4-on-4 here for the Colts. Setting
ball.
it to the middle, cut off.
It's defended nicely.
Wow.
As well, just to take away that line and not give an attempt at goal. No foul, but uses his body so well. Really disciplined defending by Mansfield there. You can see that it's a good ball in. The idea is right. You can see him getting down the line there. That's what we've been looking for. Again, both players just initiate contact, but not the foul. Now Mansfield's back in the attack, going the other way.
Yeah. Here comes Crawl with the strip. A couple of players making a run with him, including Long. Right back to Crawl. And he fires with the left foot. And the half hop into the hands of Schaffner.
Clear Fork just looks a little undisciplined in their defending right now. Crawl made one pass out, and then he was all of a sudden wide open, and Long found it right back to him. He settled for a long shot, and I think everybody's going to be okay with that. But I just think they had 4 players around Long, and just one's just got to mark up the player who played the ball.
Big ball into the box, handled again by Schaffner.
I like the idea. A little too deep in the box to be anything else, but the play was right. The idea was right.
Here's Hager.
That's a great turn in the middle of the field.
Tries to send it up top for Frost. And the Colts just kind of getting bumped around a little bit.
Yeah, the referee signaled play on. There's no advantage there unless he didn't see the foul, and that's what he's trying to signal. Javion Jones definitely got him a little bit. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of contact.
Physicality, pick it up just a bit.
Absolutely, yep. There's going to be a hard foul in a little bit here. Not everybody can handle the physicality, and sometimes it just results into a hard foul. But right now, Clifford's just trying to do their best to keep the ball and get into the attack.
Smooth slide tackle coming in last moment there by Griffin to Balt. And older brother Quentin looks like he's suffering through a cramp right now. Hanging on to the referee at midfield, trying to stretch out what looks like his right calf muscle.
Yeah, there's a couple. I see about 4 players kind of keeled over trying to deal with some sort of injury or cramp or. You know, we talk about this a lot at the beginning of the season. You cannot replicate that kind of first game play where you can have all the scrimmages you want. You just can't kind of put that pressure on when you get to the game. I would say it's true about this too. You can play all the games you want, but there's nothing quite like the pressure of a tournament game. Oh man, you can see. Can't tell if that's a crawl. He's definitely got a little bit of a limp in his giddy up there. Oh, he's gonna have to go down, I think.
And now he's grabbing a different part of the body, potentially cramping.
Is that the bolt? He said, okay.
It is,
okay,
indeed.
I can tell his number from here. Well, he's trying to make a run. He's also wide open if they can get it to him and he can do a play, but legs get tangled up a little bit. Yeah, appreciate the courage of Griffin DeBolt right here, but he is in no way able to run.
Beachy with a big ball, hoping McCauley can get on his horse.
Yeah, that's just not on for Clear Fork right now. I mean, the Mansfield senior back line has just got the speed that the big ball over top, they just can't outrun right now.
They'll lay it back for Hager. See if Connor tries to play out some of that wizardry that we've seen, but Kral comes in, takes it away, no call.
That's a great tackle, absolutely. He stepped in and won the ball. Kept his run. Oh, everything right but the touch at them in the heel. Yeah. They're getting Griffin to bolt out. It's kind of painful to watch, actually. You see he's trying, but it's...
It's going to be a Colt free kick here, so DeBolt's got to stay in for a little bit longer.
And the Clear Fork faithful getting a little restless here. Looking for something to give a little bit of momentum, a little bit of life.
He has the number 3 seed.
There's so much space in the middle of the field. Look at that, just a little bit of a rough pass, but there's just so many open players in the middle of the field right now.
Couple of nice passes there by Clear Fork. Solid build-up. The last one not available.
I don't know if it's by design, but certainly Mansfield just has numbers in the middle of the field right now, so they're able to just keep finding the open player. Clear Fork was defending with about 4 deep players, and then Mansfield just had everybody sit in the middle. So just kind of keep the game in front of you, I guess, but you got to press a little bit and kind of create some turnovers. So you're going to, doesn't matter if you lose by 2 or not, you just got to go.
Rain starting to come down a bit more heavy here.
Check the forecast today. There's no chance of rain.
Shocker, right?
Shocker.
Yesterday in Cleveland for the Browns game, we were supposed to get dumped on the whole day. It was pretty beautiful.
That Browns game is...
Oh, what a glorious day.
Oh, yeah, but it still had a little bit of the Browns flavor to it.
That's what we do. Can't get that stank off of us, Jesse, no matter what we try. We are the Browns. Browns is the Browns.
Play action call on the final drive. Man, it's the most Browns thing to have that picked off, though.
Yeah. Off the deflection here. Keeper has to come out and make a play. Hawk has not been tested with a shot yet in the second half.
Yeah, there's not been much offense from Clear Fork. I mean, they're starting to at least win the ball in the middle of the field, but offensively just not getting anything going.
And a whistle looks like it's going to go against the Tigers and Sincere.
So Sincere is a fun player to watch. I mean, he's just big, he's fast, he's strong. Showing a good little sportsmanship there. I don't think he meant the bump and making sure he's okay.
Cade with a line driver sneaks through.
Oh, I think he clipped his heel.
Yeah, McCauley's down for the count right now.
So I think the ball's out of bounds. He definitely clipped him, though. I don't know. I don't see. You can't. Ooh. I think the ball's out of play. I think you're saved by the placement of that ball, but there is definitely contact and no contact on the ball.
So the junior Landon McCauley right now suffering through some type of an ailment.
You can see the replay here. Just watch at the end of the play. The ball's going to scoot away. What I can't tell is if he hits who actually hits the ball out. I don't know what the call was, if it was goal kick or corner. I just saw the contact on the leg. If he gets the ball, no big deal. I think the play is good. If he doesn't hit the ball and it's off a clear fork, that's close. I think the ball's already out of play. It's just...
And we've got a Tiger getting stretched out, too, on the field. And last time that we saw the Gator come out on the field, Colt instantly popped up, so McCauley must be certainly feeling something in that right leg that he grabbed for.
Undoubtedly took some contact. Maybe in the back of the leg, maybe right around the knee.
So let's go ahead, step aside. We'll take a quick timeout. 2-0 here at the Colt Corral. Still plenty of time remaining for Clear Fork to try to get back into this contest.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics. Following the injury timeout, McCauley had to get help in the Gator over to the sideline and very much favoring that right leg, as we're going to get a chance for a Clear Fork corner kick and a big opportunity for the Colts. I'm Brian Skronsky. Jesse Ryder is with me. Very anemic offense so far for Clear Fork, looking for their first shot here in the second half. This could be a big shot in the arm for them.
Kind of ran into each other. Not much there for Clear Fork. It's kind of been the story of their night so far. Just, tough ball. We had a chance during the break to kind of watch that replay in super slow-mo. And the replay, it does look like Sincere Long, I believe he was the defending there, gets contact with the ball first and then the player, which makes it a legal play. Certainly you never want to see an injury, but I think the legality of it, the referee, I think he got exactly right, and he did not have the advantage of super slow-mo like we did. We broke it down watching it frame by frame, and he called it right on the fly. So kudos to the referee out there. If I'm not mistaken, is Dale Anderson, I think, out there. He's been reffing for a long time. I had a chance to talk to him after one of the games the other night, and he's got a lot of years reffing high school soccer around here.
Well, hopefully a lot more, of course, with the shortage that we have going on. So we do encourage anybody out there that's interested in becoming a referee to check out the OHSAA, get hooked up. The more referees that we can have in the area,
I don't think anybody should become a referee. There's some people I think you just don't know how to. Oh, I didn't see a player down from Mancini right in front of us here. Right
yeah,
there.
it's Sincere Long right at midfield.
50-yard line.
And I think he's just cramping.
I think so. I think you're right about the way he's holding his leg. That's been happening a lot tonight. I don't know. Typically you don't see it when the weather gets as cold like this, but just, we talked about it's hard to duplicate and replicate this tournament atmosphere where you're just giving it everything you've got and you kind of put your body on the line. And certainly Sincere has done that tonight. He has just been going after it.
Yeah, Tigers can't afford to lose him. Just creating too many big opportunities for him so far in the match.
Ooh. He's not quite stretched out yet. He's going to have to be subbed off here. His teammate is ushering him off the field quite quickly. Maybe the trainer's tending to someone else, I think, but typically that's why we use trainers to carry people off.
Griffin to Bolt, lending a helping hand and basically a whole body here.
I believe he was cramping up earlier, so. The clock stops. There's no hurry in terms of time here. It's just if you want to get home earlier, I guess. But
well, 6-goal differential away from that.
Oh, God.
Tigers need a lot of offense to end this baby early.
That is the one thing I'm not sure about if they have the depth. Obviously, you got a player like Sincere. You don't expect someone like him to come off the bench, but do you have a player who can come in and just contribute, just do their job, understand their role? Right now you just got to defend. You just got to defend, win the ball, and Sincere was all over the place, and so you just need a player to kind of come in and just kind of do the role of that outside mid position. Let's see what they do substitution-wise, but that would be the one concern for Mansfield is they probably don't have the depth that most teams that will play have had.
Tigers, though, with a quick turnover that they force. They get it to the Bolt, makes a move to his right foot, smashes one, and it's saved by Schaffner.
I think both teams are okay with these shots about 25 yards away. I think you got to press a little bit there. I mean, these guys can put the ball. They got some guys who can strike the ball, and I think you see a little bit of pace off that. You got to be careful. Just don't keep giving up those long shots.
7 saves for Bryson Schaffner tonight. 3 of those coming here in the second half. Colts trying to flip the script. And this ball, they have not completed tonight. Not a once.
Yeah, there's been no real momentum or kind of just synergy within the Clear Fork Colts team. It's just kind of been trying to just gain possession off a bad pass or bad touch and trying to recoup after that. And it's just not been a great performance so far for the Colts. And that's kind of the play right there where it could have been an easy ball back to him. They could have kept possession. Instead, he's chasing it. Now, it's going to prove to be advantageous for him, but.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jaden Beachy be able to kind of cook either in the midfield. Both he and Hogger typically have been such a solid 1-2 punch.
Yeah, the area they're getting the ball has just been not a great area to attack from. And then you look at the Mansfield senior backline, they're so organized right now. And they've got some speed and size. They're a tough – that's a good little combination. We've not seen a lot of that from Clear Fork. They're a tough back line. And we mentioned their conference record and their season record, but they've played some tough teams. And so you can't just discredit them just because of their record. This is a team that has got some players. And they certainly have moved the ball well tonight. They defended well tonight. They've done all the little things right for the most part. And because of that, they've got a 2-0 lead against a really solid Clear Fork team.
Yeah, the Tigers, they've been building momentum as a program. You go back to the COVID year and just 1 win for them all season. 4 wins in 2021. Last year, 500. And if they win here tonight, they'll get to 500 again as that's a great ball on the fly. And
going to be offside. I wondered if you heard the whistle because I thought the final attempt was a little reckless. Just kind of threw his foot up and kind of flick at it. And so he must have heard the whistle that I did not hear until I looked down and saw the referee.
So it goes against Crawl and ends that scoring threat. And we got a big chance here. 1-on-1 with the keeper. And, oh, man, what a bummer.
Oh, no.
Bronson Frost didn't even really get a shot off.
Just kind of dribbled into the keeper, then dribbled into the center back, and oh my goodness, here you see the replay right here. They did the quick free kick and just kind of bounced right over Mansfield. They've defended so well most of the night, but there he's unmarked. He's in. It's one-on-one. Tries to get around the keeper, and it's right at the center back. Oh. Jones does a good job of being in the right place, but you've got to be better there when you're pushing for a goal. That's going to be a Mansfield foul right at or Mansfield free kick, excuse me, right around midfield.
It's just the second shot of the second half for Clear Fork. And could have been a game changer.
Did see on the Facebook fan zone that Grammy Crawl's out here watching, cheering on Justin.
Hey, Mama. Thanks for tuning in. Grandma, G-Ma. Well, some people call their grandma Mama. M-A-W, M-A-W. This is Grammy out there watching. So many different names for grandmothers. What do you call yours, Jesse?
Grandma. Super creative.
Set up cross.
Oh, my goodness. What?
Off of the chest, it looked like of Con Freeman.
Wow.
Couldn't have been expecting this one. Crawl.
Wow. He's just so open.
You can't believe it.
Oh, there's so much there. I have so many questions about how that came to be there. I mean, he just really just did whatever he wanted on the end line.
Yeah,
put the ball across, and then, yeah, just unmarked and just wide. Wow. Still 2-0 after all of that. 2 back-to-back good opportunities on both ends of the field, but score remains 2-0. Clear Fork's going to have to find a way to get some stuff going forward, or this season is going to be over.
It's going to be a Tiger throw-in. And Quentin DeBalt, no one marking up here on the near side with Bronson Hill. Throws it into heavy traffic, swatted out by Beachy.
Ooh, Cameron Buford, that's a bad giveaway. They have not had a lot of those tonight, but a giveaway in the middle of the field, and now you can see kind of Clear Fork work a little bit. It's a big ball into space. I think it's going to be too deep.
All right, out on the edge comes the keeper, Hawk. So one of the better-looking counter strikes the Clear Fork has put together tonight. Nearly got a opportunity there for Bronson Frost.
Yeah, they're getting there. I mean, the past couple possessions they've gotten down the field, they've gotten in front of the goal. You've got to capitalize, though. You're going to need to get a goal here in the next couple of minutes to really just kind of get some momentum going to finish it out.
Tigers executing pretty well on the back line tonight. And the Colts seem like have been a little bit impatient from time to time.
I don't think that's the ball you want. I don't think you want to get in a foot race with the Tiger back line. I think there's another ball to be played in the middle. You just keep possession, if you're going to beat the back line, just be like off the ball moving and just passing really to feet, not so much trying to outrace them. I just think they're looking for that through ball almost the whole time. This is a better possession right now. They're smooth. That's a great turn.
Yeah, so smooth here from Hager, who got bumped. No whistle. Wow. Plenty of contact there.
It's going to be a corner. I don't think it's a PK, much to the disagreement of the Clear Fork faithful. There's undoubtedly contact. Yeah, I don't see any.
Okay.
It's the same before. He gets the ball. Arms are up. Both players are battling for the ball. I think the referee's nailed it again. He might get our player of the game at this rate.
I don't think we've ever awarded it to a referee before. Sarcastically. Be interesting to get their take, though, after a match. I'd really like to see at the professional level the referees have to do press conferences just like the coaches do.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see them have to explain some of their decisions. They have just as big an impact sometimes, I think, particularly in football and basketball. Well, soccer sometimes, too. Who knows? I'd love to hear from all of them.
Ooh, it's going to be another corner kick for Clear Fork.
Yeah, misplayed and on the hop. Colt's ready to tee this one up.
That's the energy you're kind of looking for, though. I mean, realize he's running out for a ball out of play, but you got to have that kind of, oh, boy, he played that ball deep.
All back post. Headed out of there, though, by the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good clearance because that ball is just kind of floating in, beat the keeper, and any contact forward for Clear Fork is going to be troublesome. Certainly see a little bit of momentum for Clear Fork now. They kind of picked it up. They're getting down the field. They're getting into the box. Just no goal to show for it yet.
Their second look on the corner kick is this one.
Wow.
Almost found its mark. It's tipped, though, by the keeper, I believe.
I think he's calling the goal kick. I think Kroll was arguing for the deflection there. I didn't see him with the deflection. Oh, I tell you, Mansfield has no problem with his 30-yard shot. This is probably their 5th one of the night, and that is close. That is close and beat the keeper. I mean, he covers his post. He does the right thing, but we just got to be careful there.
Yeah, they've pulled up from distance for probably more than half of their shots here this evening. Tigers 2 goals coming courtesy of Sincere Long on a ball that kind of squirted away from the keeper as Frost, a big opportunity, and he's got one. Bronson Frost making this just a 1-goal differential with 18:40 to go.
I'm not going to lie. I looked away because I thought it was a pretty simple play, and I was checking a roster number, and I look up, and Clear Fork's got the ball in front of the box. Just a bad clearance by the keeper there. Gifted it right to Clear Fork.
And that time capitalizing off of a Tiger mistake. So Frost making things very interesting.
Right. See it one more time. He's got it there. He just kind of goes for a big clear. It kind of bounces off his foot right to Frost. Frost puts it right in the back of the net. Rarely do you get 2 opportunities with the ball at your feet in front of the goal and nobody in the goal, but Frost capitalizes on the second one.
And for Mansfield Senior, team that has not had playoff success for a long time, do things start to get tight. Here comes Frost again on the attack. Couldn't split the gap that time.
Just going to make one mention here that Sincere Long is he had been stretching the whole time. He had a player stretch him out over there. He just got up, starting doing some light jogging on the track out there. Certainly the game has changed when he exited the game. We'll see if he's able to return or not. I mean, he was a game changer for sure. Let's see if he makes it back in. But right now, momentum's all Clear Fork. They still got to get one more with 18 minutes to go. Does make it more interesting now for sure. The 1-goal lead, anything can happen. I'm going to assume this is going to be a long throw whenever you switch sides of the field like this. You assume that he's going to be able to launch the ball into the box. Clear Fork's not necessarily set up for a long throw. It'll be interesting if he's just going to throw it into nobody.
Well, he does zip it in near side, trying to find Jaden
hard,
Peachy.
not necessarily long, but
yeah, it looked like one of those Baker Mayfield throws. 2 feet away from you. Here comes the 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's a good touch. Oh, great tackle. Now the game's picked up a little bit there. We're going to have some fun here to finish out the final 15.
And picked off here by the Colts. Have not really had any type of sustained possessions going into the attacking third. But with the momentum kind of swinging in their favor. See some more confident touches on the ball right now for Clear Fork. A bit more patience.
We failed to see any possession for the first, 60-some minutes, and now here we go. You're down 2-0. Season's on the line, and now they're starting to string some passes together.
Miss hit that time there from Kroll. Can't alleviate the pressure as the Colts staying on it. Big blast near post.
I thought Beachy should have went for it, honestly. He got the ball to his feet. He kept his touch there.
This one's selling wide. 3rd shot of the second half for Clear Fork. And Sincere still trying to work out that cramp over on the far sideline.
Yeah, you hope he's able to return to the game just to kind of finish it out. You see, they're trying to get a couple jogs on the sideline out there and to see if he's not cramping up anymore. But he was a fun player. He was my pick for the player of the game.
Yeah, still might be in the driver's seat. As a sharp whistle comes in favor of the Tigers.
Didn't see what the foul was, but the referee's got it right all night long, so I assume he's got it right here. We got fans from all over tonight. I see on the fans, and I've seen Atlanta, I've seen Texas, I've seen all sorts of things out there. So a lot of fans nationwide tonight.
Good charge on the ball. And deflected, but Beer collects and gets it out of there.
Yeah, kind of that panic play. I think you keep that ball and you get back in the attack, though. I think just assume there was going to be pressure, and there wasn't.
And this will go out of bounds right in front of the Colt bench. So Clear Fork back with possession here with Owen Bourne. Kind of surveying, and big throw down the sideline here.
I'll say this, not to just keep giving updates on Sincere Long, but his pace on the sideline is increasing.
He's getting better.
He's running faster. I'm excited. I hope he gets back in. Obviously, we want him to be healthy and injury-free, but he certainly was a fun player in this game, and he was definitely problematic for the Colts to defend. He's a tough matchup. So you hope to see him back in the game, but we want him to be healthy, and we'll see.
And that's your every 1 minute Jesse Ryder update on Sincere on the sideline. We'll hear from him again in 60.
Honestly, I think I know most of the players in the area, especially if they're a player of his caliber, and I'm not familiar with him, but I like him. I like him a ton. I like what he does out here, and I like the effort he plays and the skill he has, and so I feel like I should have known about him.
Good-looking charge here by Robinson, coast to coast.
It's a good battle. It's a little tangle there. It's
able to hold his ground just a bit.
Yeah, they were battling. No fouls there. Both players kind of battling there. I like it. Referees are handling this well, I think.
And Mansfield making a substitution. Caleb Bowman's going to get back in.
Yeah, this was my concern early on. I didn't know about the depth of Mansfield Senior. So when you get late in the game, guys are getting gassed. They pick up a few injuries or cramps or whatever it might be. When guys are coming in and out of the bench, is there a drop-off? Is there, does the goal stay the same? Ooh. Mansfield does not mind that long shot, and I think Clear Fork's okay to give it to him. I just think you got to be careful. It's it's wet out there. Any deflection. I mean, that's kind of how Mansfield scored their first goal. It was just a hard shot. It wasn't necessarily super long, but a hard shot that deflected right into the path of Sincere Long. Oh,
Tigers win it off the goal kick.
A clever touch by Crawl, who's going to go again.
And a big hop here from the right foot of DeBolt.
I don't mind this shot. There's probably a better opportunity. And he wasn't under a lot of pressure. That's my thing with Clear Fork is they're allowing this space about the 30-yard line of the football field. I think you can go after it a little bit if you're Mansfield, but they're okay to just hit these long shots.
And a whistle here. So free kick coming up here for Clear Fork.
Yeah, they're not really sending a lot of players forward.
Big ball from the freshman. Takes a hop into the box. So the Colts do a nice job of putting another ball, at least into an opportunistic spot. Can't do anything with this last one, though.
It has been about 2 minutes since I've given a Sincere Long update. He's on the substitution line, and he's coming in the game at the next Mansfield throw-in. So he's going to at least attempt to finish. Those cramps can be a nightmare sometimes if you can't get them settled. So hopefully he's got that under control. He's back on the line, getting ready to sub in. We'll see if he can slow down. The Clear Fork has gained a little bit of momentum here.
DeBolt again takes dead aim.
If you give them time, they're going to hit it. That one's a little far for me. I think you can build up. I think he's hearing that from the coach a little bit. Like, we don't need to hit it every time. Like, hey, once in a while, and you feel like you got it, that's okay. But let's not just bail ourselves out with a long shot.
And it looks like Sincere Long will replace Bronson Hill. He's going to be playing here on the near side. And interesting what kind of impacts he can make here.
Absolutely. We'll see. Sometimes you just can't get the cramps under control, and hopefully he's good to go, and it's going to be a fun final 10 here for both teams. But he's definitely been a difference maker so far.
Buford to the middle of the field for Quinton. Boy, he is
don't mind that. Yeah,
half the shots here in the second half are from that range for him.
Yep, but it's on target. If it keeps it on target, you force the keeper into save. You never know about the deflection, the bobble. I don't mind it. It's just the ones you're blindly hitting just because you don't know what to do with the ball. But he lined up. He saw that. He kept it on target. I don't mind that shot at all.
Quinton's got 13 goals on the season. One of three DeBolts out here competing tonight, along with their head coach, Brian.
A lot of contact here. Javion Jones has just been everywhere. Oh, the referee's going to bring it back for a foul. Wow, I didn't see that necessarily. Definitely contact, definitely leaning into each other. I didn't necessarily see a foul.
Yeah, a bit of a break here for the Colts, especially where the ball's going to be arranged.
Yeah, let's see where the referee's. He's generous in the spot, too.
This will be at the football 11, 12-yard line. And I think a little prayer just being said there by Beachy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's looking for instruction from the coaching staff or just thinking about.
Sometimes it's best to ask it from upstairs.
Like, I don't mind that. Also think he might have been talking to his coach too, but.
Oh, Beachy into the three-man wall.
Yeah, that wall left early. They didn't. It's tough to call this. I mean, it's so fast, but definitely the wall's creeping forward there, but they defended it nicely. They did their job.
Here's Long back in the mix. goes down with the slide tackle and draws a whistle, I think.
Yeah, I think he definitely tackles the ball away first. You see, there's the ball, but okay, well, all right. I thought maybe their foot got tangled up, but it's slip out there. It's slicker out there. I don't know.
So another opportunity on the way here for the Colts, and they're going to let a freshman strike it.
They put a good ball in the last time. You just got to keep this in play. Give yourself a chance.
Here's McCauley trending back post. Good-looking hit.
Yeah, there's a lot in that. I think Beachy thought he had a chance there, and he just missed the flick. That's the right ball in. Beachy made the right attempt. Keeper does well to cover his post there. It's going to be a corner kick. Both teams have put dangerous balls into the box but not been able to capitalize. That ball is deep.
Yeah, way overstruck that time.
Yeah.
Mismeasured off the corner, so kind of ends what could have been an opportunistic spot there for the Colts. And more time coming off the clock as the Tigers set up for this goal kick.
So here's something also to consider. So one of the things they did with soccer this year for tournaments is the higher seed is the host team, where traditionally this sectional would have been played at, I don't know, this is Clyde, I think. So usually all the teams, even if you're local, would travel to Clyde for the sectional. And so now you have the home team hosting, which isn't that big of a deal. And if you get a good crowd, that helps a little bit. One of the things that's interesting is you usually use like hometown ball boys or ball girls. And so if you get players of the right age, they know not to, hey, you don't need to like sprint for that ball if your team is winning. So it's just interesting. Just things to think about, little things there. It doesn't really matter, and there's a lot in that. But, ooh.
Gamesmanship no matter where you are in the contest, even when it comes to the youngins out here trying to be difference makers. And a late whistle.
I did not see that. I was actually trying to see what was going on behind there.
Well, maybe it's just a throw-in coming up. It is. So no foul assessed on the play as Robinson waits to deliver. And a big throw-in. Here's Long using his body. And it caroms off his foot out of bounds here on the near side. Colts starting to run out of time here. 7.5 minutes remaining at the Colt Corral. And in tournament, folks, if there is an equalizer, we would play 15 minutes. Is it golden goal in the tournament?
It is golden goal, yep.
So any goal just ends it, like we saw Ontario earlier tonight against Upper Sandusky. Big blast. Oh, right tracking for the corner this time for DeBolt. But an excellent kick save made by Schaffner. One of the best strikes we've seen from Quentin tonight.
Yeah, that was a good save, too. It's just a quick reaction save. You can see it here. We've got plays all over the field right now.
Yeah.
Again, defended well. Mansfield has stopped the counterattack so well, just getting in front of the ball, slowing it down, getting more players behind the ball. Ooh.
Oh, a chance here for Beachy. Allows Hogger to get out in front. Can't turn anywhere, though, because Jones all over him.
Yeah, he's defended well. Found his brother, though, who found the other freshman out wide. Let's see if they can load the box up here for a good ball in.
McCauley, left foot, good strike. And volleyed straight up, Long, trying to battle for it. Going head-to-head with Frost and able to clear.
That's just a strong defensive play by Long. Doesn't have to do anything else, just knows if you can just hold it and play it back, that's where the clear can come from.
And now some contact backside. Won't draw a whistle. Tigers looking to get on the hunt.
See the replay there. The ball that was played in was good. Clear Fork just didn't have players kind of going deep enough into the box to be able to finish it.
And now the Colts with a big ball, going to be deflected. And flicked out wide. Another chance for McCauley. He's been having some big minutes here down the stretch.
Absolutely.
Tangled up and a whistle.
For Clear Fork? Oh, he was just pointing to where the ball was going to go. Okay. I thought he was pointing it was a Clear Fork free kick. I think he was indicating where the ball needed to go. Okay. I agree with that. I think we're good there.
So Griffin to Bolt. Telling everybody to get forward. He does have a thunderous right foot. And cranks one here. Takes a hop, though. Nobody taking it out of the air. Now Bowman, lots of space. Giveaway in the middle.
feel like the attacking presence for Mansfield's a little bit different. I don't see Merrill up there. They've got some new guys in. I didn't see Merrill go. I know he's limping at one time. I didn't see him go down with an injury necessarily, but
Going to have another Clear Fork free kick. 5 fouls here in the second half on the TY Tigers.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes to play. It's not quite panic time, but you've got to take care of some chances here, and you got to be able to keep a ball. At least you want to generate at least a scoring opportunity from it.
Bourne whips it in near side. And pops straight up. Tigers waiting on it. Forwarded to the feet of Sincere. And he surveys before going middle. Bad giveaway. Now Weichel for Frost. Good touch to the middle of the park here. Clear Fork's got something going forward.
He's offsides. The run was right. The ball was right. He just was a little too deep. Yep. Referee, again, he's right there, right spot. I'm telling you, referee's going to be my player of the game here. He's nailing on that far side. Good creativity by Clear Fork, though. This is what we haven't seen a lot of the game. But that's the build-up's good. They've kept possession. They're looking for that gap there. Just the timing was a little off on the offsides call, but you just would like to have seen that probably 60 minutes ago to kind of even the game out. It's a bad giveaway here. It's going to be 2-on-2. Let's see what happens.
DeBalt took his time, let Long get involved.
That's a fatigue shot. Some of these long shots have been solid shots and testing the keeper. That is a fatigue shot where you got tired legs. All you're going to do is just hit this ball, get it off your foot, and just pray that somehow there's some wind or something that's going to bring it back to the goal, because it certainly wasn't the technique.
And no more using the technique of the substitution late on time now to allow it to just roll a little bit. Of course, they stop the clock.
Yep. Now that is a rule change I do like and I do agree with. 1 for 3. That's a good ball.
Great setup. Blast off the top bar. Wow. Now Long tracking in a couple of bodies there.
Oh, it's a good hit. Oh, it's in. Oh, what a goal.
Wow, Schaffner just did lose possession. So it's in. A huge goal. And Quentin DeBolt says quiet down to the home stands.
They weren't even that loud. just the celebration he chose. Listen, we've talked all game long that you can't keep giving away these long shots. He's 20 yards. He's just outside the box. No Clear Fork defender is in sight when he strikes the ball. The contact was good. There's power. There's pace behind it. And it's just too much for the keeper to make a save. He gets his hands on it, but wow. What a game. You just kind of felt it was coming. They just kept hitting those long shots. And they were getting better and better. Forced the keeper in a couple big saves, and then finally get one in the back of the net.
Mansfield Senior on the precipice of advancing to the districts for the first time in a decade.
This isn't exactly a high-scoring Mansfield team, but certainly tonight, they've generated some good chances. They 3 goals, hit the post just minutes before that goal. They've had some quality chances. The Clear Fork faithful are getting a little frustrated here, seeing kind of the game's going to play out. Mansfield's in no hurry for the free kick.
And I got to applaud the Tiger cheering section, all bundled up there in the middle. They came out.
The middle section,
yeah. Yeah, they've been making some noise here tonight. They'll play it just a little bit short here.
2-minute warning.
As we're to the 2-minute warning here in Bellville.
The free kick wasn't quite as designed, I don't think. Certainly it was probably to keep possession, generate a good chance, and went right back into Clear Fork right away, but they did get a throw in, and now they've kept possession. Good touch in the box.
It's the
That's
bolt
great. That's
off
a great
the cross,
ball.
set
That's
up,
great.
and another goal. Tigers putting an exclamation mark on the night. Second goal here of the contest for Justin Crawl.
Look at that. Just a good touch to separate. Good ball across. Schaefer does well to get a hand on it. Just, again, unmarked. Slow to defend there. And there is excitement in the Mansfield stands right now. They may be soaked, but they're loving it right now. What a night for the TY Tigers. For the first time in a decade, coming away with a tournament win. Just over 90 seconds to solidify this result, but it's all over in terms of the score right now.
And it's actually Jackson Stentz, who had that goal.
You saw the bundled up, those wet blankets. I don't know if they're even warm anymore if you got a wet fleece blanket, but hey, anything's better. Sauger, that's good pace and skill down there.
Set up to the middle, Connor. I mean, I think they've limited him to one shot attempt tonight.
Yeah, I thought defensively they've done a really good job on him, really shut him down. Not a lot of options where he's getting the ball. I mean, that's probably the first time he's gotten the ball in the box right there, and certainly is a frustrating night for him. Mansfield with the old double ball trick there. I think it came from a ball boy, but that's all right.
So it'll certainly be a disappointing finish to an awesome career for the senior Connor Hager, one of the top goal scorers in the area the last few seasons. But just hasn't been his night. Neither that of the Colts, who found much more success here in the second half, but the Tigers pouring it on here at the end, creating so many different shot selection opportunities. And even though they've had some deep distance ones that you don't love, 17 shots in total in the second half. You do appreciate that with the rain coming down.
Yeah, and some of those I did love. I mean, when you can keep them on target, you force the keeper into a good save. Yeah, that's the right play. And I think sometimes you have to take that with, let me just see if I can hit it from here just because I want to or just because I don't know what else to do. But I thought overall that the Tigers tonight played a great game. The game plan was executed to perfection, and they win their first tournament game in a decade over Clear Fork Colts.
Celebrating like it's 2013 all over again. The Tigers making a big charge down into the end zone, sliding over by the flag as they are victorious here tonight on the road to win the sectional championship. We'll step aside and be back with our Mechanics Bank postgame show that will include an interview with our Jackson Well Services most valuable player. So drop us a comment. Let us know who you think should come up in the box and chit-chat with us. We'll have all that and more coming up after this quick commercial timeout.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Guess who's back?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween!
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics. and free thanks to our wonderful sponsors such as MWD Logistics. Need a warehousing and logistics partner that gets your storage needs? Store and move your inventory seamlessly into your customers' hands with MWD Logistics. Also by Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And Jackson Well Services. The handsome men that work at Jackson Well Services are the most handsome well service guys you will find in Ohio. Extremely attractive men working at a well service. We got to come up with something better. All right, stick around. We've got your post-game interview and stats and so much more from the Valley when we come back.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Guess who's back?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
I am here with Jackson Well Services player of the game, MVP, Sincere Long, fantastic game. Sincere, let's talk about this game here. You scored the opening goal. What were your thoughts after you saw that ball go in the back of the net?
I don't know, just excitement. I was just very glad that, just the ball went through like that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I thought as we watched this game unfold, I thought you were the difference maker out there. I thought your pace when you had the ball, your defending ability, your ability to go forward. I thought you were the difference maker out there. For you, what was your mindset going into tonight's game?
Just going hard. Just doing the best I can. I couldn't have done it without my team. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we were talking up here in the booth. This is the first boys soccer tournament win in a decade,
Yep.
10 years.
Yeah.
Were you aware of that going into tonight's game?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit,
Yeah.
okay. Did you guys feel pressure when the game kicked off? Pressure, excitement, anxiety? What was going through your mind at the beginning of this game? Excitement?
Yes, sir.
Just excited to be out here. Listen, I thought you guys played terrific.
Thank
You survived to play another game, and we'll find out who that opponent is later because I think there's another game to be played. What's your thoughts? What's your mentality for the next game then? What's the goal?
to work hard. You know, just keep going, keep pushing forward, and doing our best. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Sincere, you're fantastic all night long.
Thank
Would you
you.
like to give any shout-outs to anybody? Anybody might be watching?
I just want to thank God, you know, just my family, and everyone, that supported me, my teammates, you know. So, yeah.
Awesome. This is our Jackson Weldon Services player of the game, Sincere Long. Fantastic night. Sincere, great job. We'll be right back with stats in just a minute.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Happy Halloween.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Presented by Mechanics Bank. That's better. I'm Brian. This is Jesse, and what a performance tonight for Mansfield Senior. I think we're both walking away impressed with just their overall athleticism, how dominant they were at times, being the more physical team, and then your new man crush, Sincere Long. I mean, that kid, when he was out there, big difference maker.
Absolutely, 100%. He certainly was. He was a difference maker on the field. And I'll tell you what, I was surprised at the soccer IQ of this Mansfield group. This is one of the better soccer teams I've seen from Mansfield. They routinely had some good players, some good athletes, but this was a group, they knew how to play. You know, they looked to keep possession of the ball. They were moving the ball defensively. I thought they were making the right plays, the right decisions. They had a tough task of defending Connor Harger and the Beachies, and they did it. Right? They did a great job at it. So I was really impressed with the Mansfield group tonight.
Let's take a look at these final stats presented by Mechanics Bank. And you look at 26 shot attempts for the Tigers tonight, only 8 on the other side for Clear Fork. And a lot of the shots for the Colts didn't really send any, shock waves through your heart. Tigers were pulling up from deep, so you take some of these 26 with a grain of salt. But given the conditions out there tonight, Jesse, they did score a couple of goals off of just whacking it and just seeing what they can get on the backside.
Absolutely. I mean, there was probably 2 goals there outside the 20-yard or 18-yard box and just hitting it. And they were good. They were well struck. And it's a slippery surface. Keeper did his best and got a hand on them, but that's why you're hitting some of those. And so we talked about in the game is sometimes that's not a great shot. But listen, if you can keep it on target and you can kind of put the ball where you want to put it, there's no problem with that, right? These guys, they had the green light. The green light was on for Mansfield tonight, and they just kept letting it fire, and they were advantageous, and it worked out for them.
So they're moving on, of course, someplace they haven't been in a long time, to the districts. On the flip side now for the Colts, you talked a little bit at the beginning of the match, just with the roster and how young Clear Fork is this year, it might be a drop-off for them. Still above 500, competed for an MOAC championship, but what do you think they're going to kind of take away from this season? Did have 2 really quality players in Beachy and Hogger, and then coming up empty on their home surface.
Yeah. Certainly, it's going to leave a sour taste. Right? This was a game I think they thought that this would be a winnable game and a game that they could look to. Would it be Norwalk or Vermilion who you play next? And I think the lesson we all learn is it's one game at a time. You can't look to that next game, no matter your seed, no matter your results. Anything in the regular season doesn't matter. It just matters about the next game in front of you. And I think that's going to be a valuable lesson. I thought the more Clear Fork played, the better they looked. I just thought they took too long to get going. That first half was rough. Even part of the second half was rough. And the last maybe 10, 15 minutes, it looked like Clear Fork, right? They're moving the ball. They're generating some good chances. But that took a long time to get it, and it was just too little too late by then.
Yeah, the Tigers leading 1-0 at the half. Just 3 shots for Clear Fork in that first half, and only delivered, of course, 5 in the second half. Tigers pouring it on late in the game, getting 2 late game goals. But they're moving on, baby. They're going to be playing in the districts, and we've seen traditionally, Jesse, teams that come from the Sandusky Bay Conference down here to Mansfield to play some of these teams doesn't normally go that well for them. So I think that we might be able to see possibility Mansfield Senior moving on in the tournament yet again, depending on who they match up with.
Yeah, it could be. I think Norwalk won tonight, so it'll be Norwalk or Vermilion, I think, plays, and they play the winner of that. But that's a winnable game. Norwalk's got a good group this year, but it's a winnable game.
Sure.
I would compare Norwalk to a Clear Fork. So I think if Mansfield can kind of keep the ball and keep the energy and defend at such a level, they could be looking at a shot at district championship.
Yeah, very interesting team, and with more of a soccer DNA with the culture now, with Coach Brian DeBolt coming in. And congratulations, Coach, really turning this program around almost instantly now in his 2nd season. That's going to wrap up our coverage here, though, from the Clear Fork Corral. Great to be back with Jesse Ryder up here in the booth for our tournament soccer coverage that you watch live and free tonight, thanks to our generous sponsors. Big ups to MWD Logistics for always supporting us anytime that we're on a Clear Fork live stream, as well as Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent bank, Frito Lay, and Jackson Well Services. They are good-looking guys, but they do a great job as well. For our amazing staff here, Adam Thompson and Jory Hollenbeck, for Jesse Ryder, I'm Brian Skronsky, saying so long for tonight. We'll be back over here for the girls tomorrow. See if the Lady Colts can get a little bit of a bounce-back performance for these guys out here in the Valley. So long for now.